So I'm going to let you share about that because it's not always just about the business, I know, for you.
Right, it's not just about the business. And as I'm listening to you guys and you guys are listening, I mean, first of all, it's important that you find a system that works for you. So you could take pieces of everybody's system to use in yours as long as something works. And I think, too, thinking about having enough outreach that you're not following up with the same 3 people over and over again. So it's, having all of those seeds out there so that you're in this constant flow of follow up in this cycle, like Jules said, it's like this circle. And on Facebook, private Facebook messaging is so great because you can track it. I have all of my Facebook messages from the day I joined Facebook, so I don't delete anything. So I can go back and look from 2009 or 8 when I got started.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow.
But as far as on Facebook and just following up with people, I'm just always looking for what's going on in their life. So people who I've touched about the business who aren't interested at the time, I'm watching them. I'm engaged. I'm seeing what they're up to, and so sending them cool articles or things that will help them in their life. So adding value to their life for them. And I'm not expecting that they're going to come back to me and say, oh, I'll join your business. It's because it's really fun to connect people with other people or connect people to things that are important to them. And people appreciate that. And then, I have a great example. It really is about, we take it so personally when we get a no, and it's so often not about us at all. Richard mentioned that, sometimes it's just people don't have the bandwidth to say yes right now. And so by following up continuously, asking permission, like, is it okay if I check back with you in 3 months, or is it okay if I check back with you in 6 months? Gauging your person. If they say no, probably wouldn't say, is it okay if I check back with you in a week? But knowing the appropriate time to check back with them or asking them. I think so many times we try to guess, and why not just ask, hey, how much time do you need till I check back with you? So I have this one gal, and I actually showed her my business in my original company, and I showed her my business the whole way through my original company, 4.5 years. Actually, Richard even came and met with her for lunch one day, and she goes, ooh, I didn't know you were bringing in the hammer. And she still didn't join. It still wasn't time for her. But you know what? We're great friends, and she felt very honored and respected. And then I invited her as I joined my venture with Richard and his company. And, she came. I swear, I think she came probably to 7 events in the new company. And then it was so funny because she comes to this event, and she comes up to me afterwards, and she'd heard the same information every time. She's like, oh my gosh, I heard about the products tonight in a way I just didn't understand. I'm in. So you just never know. All of a sudden her bandwidth opened and she was ready to go. And so I think if you just make it fun, don't take it so seriously, honor people where they're at, some will come around eventually and some may never.
Well, and I love that you genuinely love people. You follow up because you care about people and you want to stay in touch and develop that relationship. And that, in my experience, is the key to follow up. You're not recontacting people every time with, are you ready to join my business? Are you ready to join my business? That is stalking, and people get annoyed with that. But there's certainly no reason you can't reconnect and see how they're doing. Ask about their kids. Share something that's valuable for them, right? Deepen their relationship. And, we talked about that before. Traditional marketing shows at least 7 exposures before people even understand what it is that you share. So there are certainly times when you sat down and talked to someone and they've been ready to join your team, but that's almost the exception, not the rule. And how many times would you guess you would need to follow up? Do you have any guesses? I don't know if you guys have gauged that, but
it's actually a lot longer now because of
oh yeah, can we get you on mic?
It's because of the pace in which we receive information. It used to, I think the statistic used to be
7
like
to
1 or
11%.
7 or 12, I think. But now, because of all the information that we see and the way that we read information, I think it's 8 seconds you have to capture somebody's attention.
Yes.
And the scrolling on the social media sites, I think it's got to be a lot higher than that. So the follow-up is a lot higher.
But when you're following up from a genuine place and it's not hounding and hassling people.
It's completely, well, and I think that's the beauty of social media because it does allow you to be in front of them in a way that is authentic and real and comfortable. And then when they're ready, that's when you get the private message a lot of times, like, hey, I was watching that, even after today. That's what will happen, right?
Yes. Sorry, did you have something?
Well, I have one more. Can I share a quick story?
Sure. Yeah.
So also, for those of you who have been in the business for a long time and maybe you've talked to a ton of people and you've never found somebody who just gets it, when you find somebody who just gets it, it's so fun. And so I was in Colorado this weekend with my daughter, and one of my team members lives there, and she said, hey, could you have a quick coffee with somebody who I invited to take a look? And this is somebody who's been in my business for a long time. She's not had any success, and she has just kept going and going and going. And I just love that when people keep going because she believes in our model. Well, she brought this woman to this coffee, and this woman is one of those people who just gets it and has contacts all over the country. And so, the gal who's in my business said, now I know what it feels like. And so I just want you guys to know, if you've struggled, it really only takes one person to either change your belief wholeheartedly or to change your business completely.
Wow, that's brilliant. Can we hear from Pam too? You are